Hey gang, it's a Harmonica Man. um, joining live here, and let me see. Sinister Porpoise, I'm just going to go ahead and post it right in the link here. And you can join me that way, and that should do. Okay, there you are. That should do. Hi. Okay, there you are.
Hold on.
Okay, gang, I'd like to welcome my guest, the Sinister Porpoise.
Hold on.
He has a channel. Alrighty, here, let me mute you out. Oop, there we go. She has a channel of her own and uses harmonica for, entertainment purposes and things like that. I suspect a harmonica enthusiast. We are going to hear her story and the journey through harmonica music and stuff, whatever like that, like we usually do here on the band. So joke around a bit. All right, Sinister Porpoise, could you tell us about yourself a little bit?
I am the Sinister Porpoise. I have a YouTube. I thought I unmuted myself.
Yeah, you're here. I got a delay. So.
Oh. Yeah, it doesn't happen in StreamYard. It happens if you're on the regular one. That's why I usually mute the other YouTube stream if I'm doing that. Mostly, you misspelled Stephen right in your stream. It's W-R-I-G-H-T.
The what?
You misspelled Stephen right in your description. It's W-R-I-G-H-T. And
oh.
It's hard to describe what the channel is at this point because mostly what I've done is review other people's content, and one of the things I did as part of it is because there's someone that there's a certain community following this person that doesn't like him. And that's all I really need to say, but they call him Gilligan. And so I just decided to do the theme was Gilligan's Island, and he just decided as part of it, it's oh, she has a harmonica, so we're going to call it the harmonica of disappointment, or the disappointment harmonica. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to adopt that. It's going to become the harmonica of disappointment, which is just a Honer blues band. $5 last I thought. Maybe it's up to $10.
Okay.
And
yeah,
honestly,
most likely.
If you just want to play an instrument, the harmonica is a good one to pick up. And where was that quote I had from John Steinbeck about it? Give me a second here. Okay. Moved, and the sound isn't really great. I'm also not getting used to where my camera is now because it was on the other monitor before. So let's see if I can find that John Steinbeck quote for everyone. All right, where are the other bookmarks? First harmonica was a gift from my sister who was doing it for a while. All right, come on. There's a bunch of bookmarks I no longer need. Yeah, they're gonna force me to Google it, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. When you want to find something, it's never there, but it always shows up when you don't want it to.
It was supposed to be saved on the top bar. It didn't get there. Let's find it. It's from the Grapes of Wrath, I'm sure, if you're familiar with it.
Oh. Yeah, I read it once, a long time ago. I can't even remember. I don't remember a lot. I've read thousands of books, and I can't remember most of them these days.
In the move, I actually discovered some books I'd forgotten I had, including one called How to Play the Harmonica for Fun and Profit. Oh, not books.
That sounds familiar. Who was the author of that one?
Leonard, I think. Maybe that's the top publishing company. Oh, here we are.
Sounds like an Adam Gusso thing.
Could very well be. I don't know. A harmonica is easy to carry. Take it out of your hip pocket and knock it against your palm to shake out the dirt and pocket buzz and bits of tobacco. Now it's ready. You can do anything with a harmonica. Thin, reedy single tone, or chords or melody with rhythm. Chords. You can hold the music with curved hands, making it wail and cry like bagpipes, making it fool and rounds like an organ, making it as sharp and bitter as the reed pipes of the hills. And you can play it and put it back in your pocket. It is always with you, always in your pocket. And as you play, you learn new tricks to pinch the tone with your lips, and no one teaches you. You feel around, sometimes in the tent door after supper, when the women are washing up. Your foot taps gently on the ground. Your foot taps gently on the ground. Your eyebrows rise and fall in rhythm, and if you lose or break it, why, it's no great loss. You can buy it for another quarter. Well, apparently you could when that book was took place, but I was going to say, even this, like...
Yeah, like late 1800s.
1930s. And this plastic one cost me $2 at a local flea market.
Yeah, you can get a lot of cheap ones just about anywhere.
And this is a fun one.
This one I'm giving away.
My sister also got
What's
me.
that
It's
one?
not very expensive. It's the Sandra Boynton Frog Treble Harmonica, which I think she found at a Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
For lonesome cowboy songs.
Must be a tremolo or something.
It's diatonic, I think.
There's
but it's not.
Yeah, the ones I want to get are especially made. It's going to cost me a couple $100 for each one, and then the chromatics, just factory chromatics. The ones I want are like $650.
Well, I'm not a professional.
So I might want to play the. Well, I kind of am. A lot of people tell me that I'm a real pro, but it's like professionals get paid for it. Like that's one of the stipulations of being professionals, getting paid, and I don't get paid not unless I have a big gig with somebody.
Semi-pro, but the thing is, anything like that, if you enjoy it, just do it. I mean,
oh yeah, it's my thing.
I have a mandolin some here that I never learned to play, but I got stepped on in the old house before I moved. Never learned to play it, and right now it's just taking up space.
Sucks.
But that, but even that, it's like that. I got a lower end. It was like $40. It's like if you buy a harmonica, just to try it, even like the flea market one, it's like what, you're out $2 or 10
right,
for
yeah.
the.
But then again, if you can't really learn too much on the real cheap ones because you can't make the sounds that you can on a mediocre, they just will not perform. They just won't. So, you get what you pay for kind of thing when it comes to harmonicas. So, yeah, it's better to buy something around $50.
Well, that depends on what you want to do. I mean,
well, right. Yeah. Well, if you actually want to play one steady, don't buy anything less than 45. That's my advice.
If you just want to try it out, that's fine. It's like if you're trying to be in a local band or something, maybe you want to spend a little more money. But just for something you can take up to a campfire, or just to take onto YouTube and do whatever it is I'm doing with it.
Yeah,
certainly I recommend anyone try.
A lot of it's comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do an awful lot of comedy with a harmonica, on a YouTube channel if you want to. That's great.
Well, also just like joking around, no one expects you to be that good at it. Because I'm
right. If you're just doing that. But there's like karaoke nights and stuff like that. I'll use for practice. I'll turn on a backing track or something on my phone, and then do this, live with the laptop, and I'll play my turn, and then I'll pick something else out while everybody else is singing and stuff like that. And it's kind of fun just to keep practicing, a couple nights a week, and plus I just practice here at home every day. There's not a single damn day that I don't go by without playing harmonica. Not one.
Well, there's only two things that kept me from pursuing a music career. That's the lack of a sense of rhythm, and any discernible musical talent.
A lot of people say that, but I think everybody can do some sort of music.
Well, doing it and doing it well are two different things. It's like, I'm not going to be like those like old 1930s, 1940s blues musicians who played harmonicas that are even worse than the ones I have, because that's what they could get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of them back then were built with wooden reeds. As soon as they spit on them for a half hour, they were done.
And one of the reasons why, like, the Honer Blues Band is tuned half a step out of key is to give it a more authentic sound. Doesn't have to be, it just is.
So, I can't remember. Is it because the reeds are tuned down to like 440? I mean, when you get bends and stuff in it, does it already sound like you're getting bends to them? I haven't. They sounded a little bit flat when I had one.
I'm gonna say I never really got the hang of bending, I think.
Well, a lot of it is in your embouchure. I can show you how to hold it properly and how to do it. Do you play mouth pucker or tongue blocking?
I guess mouth pucker.
So you do the puckering. Yep. Try, what key do you have? C?
Actually, I think this one's G. But the other two are, well, actually, there were three here, but the other one's not just band.
It should say on the end of it somewhere. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. How you hold it is if it's in your mouth, you got to get your lips around there pretty good. And so get your lips on there really good and then tilt it upward a little bit. Now there you're starting to bend a little bit, just by tilting it up, and you got to hold it that way all the time and correct your embouchure. And when you're doing the lower notes, just start off on the lower octave and stuff is what I suggest to anybody. You're gonna want to drop your jaw and open up your throat a little bit. And breathe with your diaphragm, not your chest, but your diaphragm, and just kind of steadily inhale that air and drop your jaw and just kind of like, oh. And that's how you bend the notes.
I'll try. I'm sure, like any other skill.
Well, start off. Yeah, start off. With a kind of a tight embouchure.
That's not even.
Try doing one note at a time on the draw note. It's always on the draw when you do your bends. Well, you'll get the gist of it. You know,
Yeah, I'm
you'll bend
certainly
them
not the
notes
guy
if you
to
practice. But yeah, it's really fun, and you can do all kinds of different music. Even I don't know, just making stuff up yourself. You know, it's kind of fun. I got a friend right now. He's trying to imitate the bagpipes by doing all straight keys, and he's used to bending the notes all the time. So, and it's like just get some bagpipes. You know, it's a totally different reed system.
Weren't the harmonica and the
But
accordion
it's
invented by
kind
the
of
same
cool.
guy? Weren't the harmonica? Sorry, I'm terrible at
Well,
that.
nobody knows who actually invented the harmonica, but it is a German thing. But the Hohner company actually has both harmonicas and accordions. So I don't know. I'm going to have to research that. I know the oldest manufacturer in the world is Seidel, you know, with the stainless steel reeds and stuff. But um, so I don't really know the inventor of any of this stuff. I just try to get to the technicalities of it and try to learn as much as I can, you know, just for my own performances.
I'll have to put some. Unless I have to put some music in the next video game I write. That isn't just the default or whatever stuff I can find.
You do some programming, huh?
Yeah. And
oops, there goes my laptop.
Hold on.
But yeah, I can't do any of that stuff. But you know, there's other stuff I can do.
Programming. We all have our talents, but programming isn't. It's just a skill like anything else. But for the longest time, I thought it wasn't math, and then I found it was like, oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I lost all my math skills. I used to work on physics and stuff when the first super collider was being built in Texas, and then they shut that down and moved to CERN. But I was just a kid, and the what?
I thought that was in Georgia.
Nope, it was in Texas.
Okay.
But then they shut it down, and I've never actually been there, but I was, you know, doing stuff with them when I was in school with the other scientists and stuff. But I was taking engineering courses and things like that, and I was, you know, I just kind of got into it, and I was curious, and some of them took me under their wing, and then I wound up getting ill and losing my I couldn't walk basically for a few years. So that's how that went down. So I just kind of left the scene, and then I forgot everything.
You could relearn just. So, I'm sure people want to hear you play the harmonica and not me.
Well, I don't know. This is about you.
To this
you
channel.
know, hear your story. I'm sorry, yeah. I didn't catch that.
By the way, subscribe to this channel. Click the like button.
Oh, yeah, do that. Yeah, I got your channel in the description. So, yeah, everybody go to that. You know, subscribe, like, all that stuff. The usual stuff.
I meant subscribe to his channel.
Oh. Yeah, show us what you can do.
All right, let's do a Mormon hymn, which is apparently a tune of an English folk song, but I've never heard it. And I almost always have the harmonica upside down at first. You would screw up that up at some points, but one of the nice things about the instrument is if you just screw up.
Not bad at all.
If you just screw up and play more notes than you intend, the harmonica is designed so that it's a chord rather than discordant notes.
Right. Yeah. Yep. And you can split octaves and stuff like that too. So, even if you're doing a glissando, it's you can hit the right note. If you're playing fast or whatever. If you land on the wrong note, there's a lot of people that play really precise. I don't. I'm just a wild man. There's a lot of stuff I play precise, but it takes an awful lot of practice before I can do a video or a show or something like that, in order to make it good enough. Right now, I'm just kind of goofing off with it and just trying to create new stuff.
Well, let me get some light in here.
I'm kind of lost in space, in case anybody in the chat didn't notice. Come in the chat and talk to us, people. This is about fun. This is about the harmonic community and supporting each other and stuff like that. So come on in the chat and join us. And we're going to have an after party stream after this, if we don't run over. But yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing every week. So
I can answer
tell
your
us
Linux
about
questions too.
your the what Linux
Answer your Linux questions too. Not that has anything to do with this, but
well, you never know. There's a few people that uses Linux. A Lavender lady does, and they're always arguing on there. Quit using Linux and use Windows instead or whatever. I don't understand none of that stuff.
Much like the harmonica or any other instruments, use what's right for the job. Linux is good at some things, Windows is good at other things, and sometimes you even want a specialized operating system. RISC-OS is still out there.
Right.
You can run it on the Raspberry Pi.
I got myself some orange spice tea. Boy, is it good. Holy moly. I like drinking a nice hot cup of tea in the evening. Loosen up a little bit. It expands your throat so you can play better.
I have to go get some chicken noodle soup out of my.
There you go.
So I guess the first time I got it, I was like playing it incessantly, which annoyed people. But once it warms up, because I don't know if you know, but most of the country's been in this like awful cold snap. And it's like I was moving to a new apartment, and it's like,
yeah, that's what I heard.
Like the days I was doing it is like the days the snowstorm hit. That was fun. Then it's like no work for a week because everything was shut down. But at least we had power.
Oh yeah, that's a plus. A lot of people like in Texas are without power because they're not used to the cold.
The grid wasn't prepared for it.
No.
So this would be a good week to get some more practice in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are stuck.
Fortunately, I was worried about other things, but like trying to figure out, it's like, all right, it's like, what do I need to do to report these?
Well, even if it's like 10 minutes a day. You practice 10 minutes a day or something like that, then that should be fine. Because then you'll get it in your system eventually. It'll become muscle memory. So
yeah, that and I had to do.
And that's what I've been doing. Oh, go ahead.
I had to do some programming for a PHP course, but I was looking at that for like hours, and then I realized, oh, I'm overthinking this. turned out to be a lot easier than I was making it. But
You're probably used to the more complicated stuff to begin with. It's getting kind of dark here. But it's nice. I'm getting lighter and lighter each day. So sun is coming back, but unfortunately, it came with some snow.
It's supposed to break tomorrow. I'll probably want to turn the headlight to, so let me do that.
Alrighty. Well, folks, I suppose okay. Just had a little bit more tea.
Now that I'm hiding the fallouts, that's because I was muted. Trying to make less noise with the chair because the chair is really creaky. Now that we're hiding the Fallout 76 poster, I mean, at some point I may want to upgrade, but right now it's like, just after a move, it's like, okay, you need this, this, and this. And I had to make sure like the cable bill was paid since it was hooked up.
Oh, yeah.
But I suppose once it gets a little warmer,
yeah, I do that too.
I can go out with the camp chair and just annoy the new neighbors. But or if I had more talent than I actually do, go out. There is one guy in town here who actually plays the saxophone. And I think it's called Baskin and does that, which is unusual because this isn't a big city, so you don't usually see that. But
right.
On the other hand, he's actually pretty good at it.
I should get together and party.
It's Aspen Dental's Everyday Smiles event, where new patients get a full exam and...
Sorry. My YouTube popped on my phone, and on there, I got the commercials every time. I got the ad blocker on my computer here, but I don't have it on my phone.
Yeah, that's because they don't let you put it on the phone.
That's always gonna... Yeah.
YouTube wants you to subscribe. So, I heard you last week, or I was going to say, actually, I heard a little bit of you because I was actually driving up to Indy for an event. One of the few that I trusted enough during the pandemic, and it's like, get outside of like the cities and it's like to get spotty coverage, and the cell phone isn't generally the fastest internet connection anyway. But what I heard was pretty good.
Right.
I mean,
well, mine's not bad, but I got the satellite thing because I live way out in the country, and it's not the best connection. There's like one bar on it right now, so I'm gonna have like about a 7-second lag. And it's annoying as hell having that much time in between conversations. I need to move into town or something. I don't know.
Or get Elon Musk's new service.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know he had one.
Of X-rays with no obligation.
Hang on, let me turn this off.
We're not here for my dental horror stories.
What's that?
We're not here for my dental horror stories. I haven't played this one too much. I wonder how it sounds. So this can't be the highest quality harmonica in the first place. Pretty sure it's C.
Now give it a go.
And this is the frog treble harmonica.
That's good. I forgot all about MASH.
I actually think the blues band sounds a little better, but obviously that was made for kids. So. Or I'm pretty sure
expensive ones. I know people who have them custom made, and they have. Well, it's really hard to explain the technicalities of the metallurgy and everything, but they have specialized reed plates and reeds themselves in certain ones and different tunings and stuff like that. But these people are, rock stars and the top on the planet basically. Who by the way are my teachers. Pay big bucks to learn from these people, and they love the crap out of teaching too. So, it's pretty good.
Yeah, what kind of insane person would want to teach? Never, no, not going there.
Well, if you're going to be a harmonica player, you got to be insane to begin with. So that just comes with the territory.
It depends on what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
Using it in a YouTube review show, it fit more with my sense of humor. Especially when it's like,
right.
Oh, we're going to make this account to mock you called Disappointment Harmonica. I'm like, okay. First of all, that sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons item. So let's change the name a bit.
Well, you could always just learn new show tunes or whatever like that, as the joke. And just practice on that for a week or whatever, and then when you give the review of somebody's channel, it could just be funnier than crap.
Right now I'm I pulled away from that topic simply because it was. Why am I on private chat comments again? Keep forgetting that. Let's say hi to people in chat. Hi, Spooky Bed Hair. Just because it's like this wasn't going anywhere, and if you followed any sort of like YouTube drama, even that's not big, it can get really nasty. Because some of these people don't realize it's like, hey, it's important.
Yeah, especially the debate channels and stuff. Oh boy. There's all kinds of hate going around there. Just all kinds of stuff. It's just horrible. I prefer not to have that sort of thing on my channel. This is just about the music and the community, basically.
Yeah. So that's why I should be a little more careful about what I'm saying, but I'm bad about that. Which is why I'm just saying it's like, this is probably, I mean, if it weren't for this one individual that a lot of people have had problems with, I wouldn't have met a lot of cool people, but it would still be better not to know this person in any way.
Right. Well, it probably fell into place a lot better that way, though, too. I've met a lot of people through, the atheist community, and then and a lot of musicians also. And it's we leave belief systems and everything out of it, and we try to just teach music and things like that on this channel. And anybody can join in. It doesn't matter where you're from, how old you are. It just doesn't matter. It's all about the harmonica stuff and other music that you can have the harmonica with. So, and I think it's pretty fun. Now, my other channel, Shedding Mysticism, it's a new channel, and that's going to be my activism channel. But right now, it's about basically shedding myths and stuff and get them out of your head so you can think critically and not, supernaturally.
The whole thing is, I never really care. It's like, I'll agree kind of with where they're going, but on many of these atheism channels, but first of all, my interest in this wasn't anything to do with the beliefs. It's because I'm petty and vindictive, and the guy pissed me off.
Oh, that's fun too. I've had some big old chats recently myself. Same thing.
was going to say, there are actually a lot of comedians that use the harmonica as part of their act. Stephen Wright isn't the only one.
Right.
Trying to think of another one.
It's just about everywhere. But nobody notices it, but it's just about everywhere.
That's because it's cheap to pick up. Unless you're a professional, you don't need to spend a lot of money on one. The other one that's becoming rather common again, I don't know if it's just because of the 20s again, which is why I'm wearing part of the slapper gear. There's a cigarette holder here as well. If I remember to find where I put it.
Oh, like the long cigarette
ukulele.
holders? Yeah. Yeah.
And the ukulele kind of surprises me. Maybe it's because ukuleles themselves aren't that expensive. But I never really much cared for their sound. Also, Titan,
yeah,
if you
me
make
neither. They have like
I'm going to throw things to the screen at you. Go ahead.
You broke up there. Could you repeat that?
I said, Titan, if you make a solipsism joke, I'm going to throw things at the screen through the screen at you.
Hey, Titan, how's it going? Yeah, it's kind of cool. I always liked the 20s and 30s, the way people dressed.
I didn't have
Spooky. I think it might have started off being a toy, but it was invented so you could do like the concert sort of stuff and join in with the piano and horn and just go. With old German, I don't know what they call it, not rumba music, but the old stuff like that from the late 1800s. That's what they invented it for, and it wasn't until into the late 30s or early 40s before they understood that you can bend them. It wasn't until the height of the blues, when the blues really started taking off, that you can bend them and use different scales and things like that. So that's when that took off. Other than that, everybody was just using them chromatically with, whatever band they were playing with. It was usually classical music.
One of the reasons the harmonica took off during the blues music was because they started to use electronic microphones.
Mm-hmm.
And they found out the harmonica.
Yep, Little Walter was a first to amplify, and he's supposedly the greatest, harmonica player ever, so far as his timing and everything else, and his creativity. And he amplified. He was the first one to play harmonica in front of an amplifier, and a little bit of distortion in it. So that just basically changed everything. Just changed the sound of everything after that with him and Muddy Waters.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, it takes pioneers to understand that certain things can be done. It's like Jimi Hendrix and the guitar pedal. People still haven't figured out how to do what Jimi Hendrix did. Also, any threats of violence are not real. And my dislike of how the ukulele sounds doesn't mean you shouldn't play it. It's just I don't understand why it's popular.
Well, you could be good on a ukulele, but it still sounds dead to me. It doesn't resonate. That's the difference with me. It's just too small, and it doesn't have a big enough chamber for the strings, and the strings had to vibrate at 440 hertz in order to make it sound decent. And those just, they kind of pluck, 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 pluck. And it just sounds like something's deadening the instrument. So I like a guitar and dobro and stuff like that way better, way better.
It sounds kind of twangy, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess that was kind of the whole point. And a lot of
maybe
comedic acts have taken off with them for some reason, like Thomas Bergman Esquire, Garfunkel and Oates have one.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're popular on TikTok for whatever reason.
Yeah, there's like a global contests and society of ukulele stuff nowadays. I have no idea where that popped up, but there's a bunch of them now.
Don't worry, Spooky. It seems he's not using Streamlabs, which would yell at you and ban you for a second for using caps.
That's all right. I do that from time to time too. I don't even care. But yeah, there are a lot of really good ukulele players out there. I just don't like the instrument itself, but the talent is something to see. So some of them are just fantastic.
There is a huge difference between the talent it takes to play an instrument well and the sound of an instrument. Like, my mother liked a lot of nasally country music singers that I hated, especially because she loved to wake us up with them at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, country music. I grew up with it, and I thought I liked it and everything. But then, I got older and was out of the house and all that stuff, and it's like, wow, look at all the other stuff I've been missing. So, I really don't like country.
But there's a lot of harmonica playing there.
Sucks.
Oh no, I just don't like.
Yeah, there's actually there's country tuning harmonicas. It's just for the country genre.
I just don't like the stuff my mother liked.
Yeah.
I mean, Coal Miner's Daughter doesn't sound good from anyone at 5:30 in the morning, especially when you're just waking up. It sounds even worse.
Well, yeah.
Acapella.
I'm going to have to correct myself. I like some stuff. I like a lot of the classic stuff. I don't like hardly any of the newer stuff. The newer stuff is just a repeat, just a copy off of anybody else. It's just kind of a blend. It's not real the old country stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of. I just don't listen to it anymore. I'm just a rock and blues guy. I listen to a little bit of jazz and classical and stuff like that too. I'm just, I love music, but some of it is just too slow and annoying. And unfortunately, country is one of them.
But the harmonica has been around for a while too. I mean, even Wyatt Earp apparently played the instrument.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Did not know that.
Well, it kind of makes sense that cowboys would be into it, which is kind of explains the frog trouble, I guess.
It's always in the movies. It's always in the cowboy movies. But yeah, it's Oh, I was telling you about the like the open mic nights and stuff like that. Shimmer Soul here in the chat has an open mic, kind of like a karaoke thing, and for singing and playing instruments and stuff. If you're not, you only get so long in order to do like your homemade songs or whatever, then like the free for all stuff, you can't be going for 10 minutes and putting everybody to sleep. So it's a real good channel. There's a lot of good singers on there and musicians all together. So
what was the name of the channel?
Shimmer Soul.
Shimmer Soul. Oh,
right there right here in the chat.
And
freestyles. Yeah, that's what she calls them. Okay, how do you rate Bob Dylan's harp playing? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's him and Neil Young are basically an insult to the instrument. It's like they're a 5-year-old playing the damn thing.
Bob Dylan was, even if you read, well, I'm not going to correct him on that because everything I've read about Bob Dylan says it's like he was never a great harmonica player. He just used it as a good accompaniment to his music.
Well, right, yeah, he is a good songwriter, really good songwriter and guitar player. But the thing of it is, you got the neck brace on and you're using it as a secondary instrument. You can't do a whole bunch of stuff but just blow in and out, and You know, I know so many people that are better nowadays, but I mean, then it was just, I don't know. I just don't like Dylan's style.
It's okay, Shimmer Soul. I've tried to tape in fiber gloves. It's pretty hard. Not impossible, but hard. And Bob Dylan's
Shimmer Soul, don't like, you know. I love your country soul. Don't you worry.
Bob Dylan and Joan Baez are two people that no matter how badly you sing, when you sing along with them, you don't have to fear that you'll sing worse than they do.
Right.
I mean, I am not a great singer, but I don't know how. I mean, obviously they
me neither. I'm just starting. Oh boy. Yeah, go ahead and share some more info with us. I'm gonna try to finish this tee off while I'm right here.
All right. Actually, I find one of the easiest styles of music to play on the harmonica, maybe because of its repetitive nature, is just punk pop. Like 90s Harvey Danger. I don't think I ever found Green Day's Minority, but Basket Case works pretty well.
Yeah, I could see that.
One of the first songs I actually learned to play, just by ear, was The Minstrel Boy. And The Minstrel Boy is an Irish song based on an Irish air. And if you watch Black Hawk Down, there's a very long, drawn-out version of it.
I heard something like about the Minstrel Boy just a few days ago, actually.
Really?
It's spooky. Come on. Bob Dylan don't know me.
Is Bob Dylan still? Yeah, I guess Bob Dylan's still alive. It's hard. Joan Baez is dead, though.
Yeah, he has a radio show, I guess, out in California, which is kind of cool. You know, a lot of stars do that stuff too. There's one near me, Larry A.K.A, famous blues man. Excuse me. He does a show Tuesday nights, just a couple hours of blues, new and old. It's really nice.
Well, that's an unfortunate last name, but I'll try to check him out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to explain that one.
Me neither. But yeah, he's a really good blues man. We played a couple times together. He's got quite a few albums out, and he's been playing since maybe the 60s or 70s.
And it's
real
also,
good guy.
It's also just a good instrument if you like go camping or something. Just go out and play it, like maybe on a church camp out or something.
Right.
When was the time I was on a church
camp? I have. I don't know if you have like deer hunters and stuff around your area, but there's always around me. They all come up from the cities and they all camp out in their cabins, and I watch their cabins for them all year round. And then when they come up in the summertime or at deer season, you know, it's a couple times a year just for camping and drinking and stuff like that. They always have me over there around the campfire so I can play. They bring their guitars and stuff like that. That's pretty nice.
Well, my home state deer season starts in November, and because everyone takes it off, it's like most businesses don't bother to schedule people that day. It's like always a day off school, like the first day of buck season, which the state doesn't do. So I can't imagine people are doing a lot of camping that time of year, but but maybe in a cabin that they can warm up pretty well.
Oh yeah, it kind of rained and snowed on the guys in their tents and everything this last year, so they wound up double bunking and everything on cabin floors and in their pickup trucks and stuff like that. So, each their own. Be better prepared, I guess.
I was going to say, what do they hold duck season, or is it a place that doesn't really get cold?
Oh no, it's northern Michigan. It's usually snowing by November 15th. It comes later though in the year. It comes in like late December now, but then it don't leave until freaking May before we actually get thawed ground.
Well, I was going to say, if it gets up above near 40 tomorrow, we're going to have some interesting things here. Well, snow's starting to melt it. On the other hand, travel around town has gotten a lot easier. So northern Michigan.
Yeah, It might take a little while.
So can you tell the difference between the cold snap and what's normal there?
No. It's supposed to be this temperature this time of year. It's been 0 every morning when I wake up, or below. It was like 7 below the other day, I think. So it wasn't too bad. It's not too cold, but it gets up to about 10, 15 degrees or something. Then you can go outside and play. It's nice. The snow is still fluffy, and you can actually go snowshoeing or snowmobiling and stuff, but it's not so frigid that your nose is going to fall off in the middle of your driveway.
Actually, I also believe the harmonica was issued to British soldiers during World War I. Let me look that up.
Yeah, I think so.
It's part of like a morale thing. Give me a few seconds here. Remember, it's difficult to type in buffs.
Might have been the German soldiers. I don't know, but they were a singing army. That's why they moved around so quick, because they had a lot of morale.
Well, it's a lot easier to ship people a harmonica than it is to ship people a violin. Plus, it's a lot easier to put in their pockets when they have to move out.
Right, exactly. And plus, in a pinch, you can make that feel like a pistol in someone's back. If you're a soldier or whatever, and you don't got a weapon, it's just the right size where you can just hang on to it like that, and poke it in someone's back and make them think that it's a firearm. That's what little Walter did one time when he was gambling, and he pulled out a harmonica instead of his pocket pistol, and then he got beat up to almost within an inch of his life, and it scarred his face all up and everything. He was cheating at the craps game or whatever, the rolling of the dice against the wall. They were doing that, and he just got beat right up. So, big dummy.
Why was he cheating? How was he cheating?
I don't know.
Weighted dice?
I have no idea. That was just in. If you go to, there's a movie called Checkers or Chess or something like that. It's with Beyonce. She's in it, singing the part of what's that one woman's name that sings "At Last"? At last, my love has come along. Well, Beyonce played that part, anyways. But it was a really, really good movie.
Fitzgerald?
No. Oh, geez, I'll think of it later.
Well, my mind's going to go through the big band swing era singers. So. Etta James.
Etta James. Thank you, Shimmer Soul. Thank you. Okay, it is rounding up to the hour. So I was going to close out here. Is there anything you'd like to shill before we close out? And then I will send you an email with a link to the after party. Everybody come to the after party and invite some friends and stuff, and we'll let other folks come in and chat and talk about music. Also, and dirty jokes too. Bring your dirty jokes. Make sure you do that. But okay, so Sinister Porpoise, is there anything you want to talk about before we shut down?
First, I'm going to apologize. I'm trying not to interrupt you, but it's just on the autism spectrum, it's kind of hard for me to tell when it's my turn to speak. So I apologize for that. Secondly, Titan, come join us, and you can make all the slopsism jokes you want. Or rather, I can make all the slopsism jokes I want through you. My channel is the Sinister Porpoise if you want to subscribe to it, and you can check out my indie games at sinisterporpoise2.itch.io. I have to wonder who Sinister Porpoise 1 is there, though. Actually,
okay.
The reason, hold on, there's something that should in chat that should be addressed if you want to get it.
Oh, the harmonica duet?
First of all, I have no rhythm, and secondly, doing it online, it's very hard to do duets because of lag issues.
Well, with the lag that I have, it's so far apart. Only one person can go at a time, anyways. And then there's going to be a few seconds behind, so it's just not a good idea. But okay, well, thank you, Sinister Porpoise, for joining us and talking to me about this little instrument that's so fantastic tonight. And everybody look in the link below to the Sinister Porpoise channel and subscribe, like, all that stuff. Go watch videos. Just kind of support the community, as always. And I guess that's about all for us. Everybody wave bye.
And go buy a Cloner Blues Band if you want.
And as always, remember,